We've done the 2 Megapops achievement using the biggest one before in a video, but let's try doing this on a bit more of a difficult map. This time, Dark Path. That defeats round 6, but what about the other rounds coming up? Is this going to be a line that will hold? And that doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Or I'll have to do some changing with our targeting here, but it doesn't look like it will make a difference whatsoever. Oh, that holds. I hope that holds the rest of the round though. May even need to put down a 4th Dart Monkey. Ooh, good. It won't hold the rest of round 8 though. I think these green balloons are just a bit too tough. Once you get your feet off the ground, then the run will flow quite nicely. But at this stage, we're still setting up. We've still got the most difficult parts to get through. We're still trying to find a placement for everything which actually works. And I don't want to get a 5th Dart Monkey. Otherwise it feels like the rest of the run is irreversible. We can't do it. Will this hold? This will definitely... Oh, that last dart snipe there. That was beautiful. The only thing I'm scared of is this huge group of blue balloons here. I'm not too sure if we're able to do this or not. Don't have the pierce in order to get through this. Oh, for goodness sakes. I don't want to, but we've got a 5th Dart Monkey up here. Okay, that just manages to work. Hopefully the next round we can get our mortar set up here. Brilliant. And on this map, we can actually place this down over here, and it'll be almost riskless when it comes to steals with anything that's placed over here. But I do have another problem. Black balloons. We won't be able to get Jones up in time in order for him to reach level 5. Circle, you need to be the place where they all die. Otherwise, this run is a little bit in tatters. Okay, round 15 Jones is not ideal, but it's the only way forward for me here, really. Have you in range of the mortar so that each shell at some point will get more pierce? Even though the biggest one doesn't really need a huge amount more pierce since it has so much anyways, but we like to get it nonetheless. Now, concussive shells is massive because it's actually able to pop black balloons. So if Jones can't get to level 5 on round 20, then we do have something else. But now we have camos to deal with. Round 24, I don't really want to upgrade any of these. But is there something which I will use at some point, which I can decamo? That is pretty obvious. We can use an engineer. Okay, let's dump as many of these as possible, but then with the move a mortar over, there we go, over there, we can very safely place an engineer here and it will not steal a thing. As long as you don't open any of these up, it will not steal. But still, we've got an issue here. 970, 325, we should be able to afford cleansing foam around 24, I hope. As long as this doesn't escape too far along here. Oh, come on. I may need to use another concussive shells. Please don't let this be episode 2. Yeah, I just need to be less lazy. And we now have the means of being able to hopefully pop black balloons using our mortar. Thank you very much. And we have the money for cleansing foam. Lovely. This also de-regrows, so that is brilliant. Still got to get through this round though, haven't we? Right, use another concussive shells. And that hit the majority of those targets, which is very nice, but still... Oh, thank you. I could just settle for the big one and then just buff it as much as I can, but I'm not really feeling that adventurous today. I've done that already on the index, but... not today. We'll go for the tier 5 rather than just settle with the tier 4. What's great about this decamo option is that we have the choice of moving it back into the fray if we so need to. Right, we should just get shell shock. That would be a much better option, wouldn't it, flare balloons? Now, with the cleansing foam on the track again, we can decamify all of these camo balloons on round 33. And if we feel like it's going to be a threat later on because of lead balloons being on the track, we could just simply move the cleansing foam off the road. Now, it could be a bit more creative if we go with the burning stuff cross-pathing, but with rapid reload, we just have that bit more utility and control over the balloons because we can stun them more often. It's the safer route. Took with foam off the track because of these lead balloons, but we've got to reapply it once the lead balloons are away so we can decamify these camo whites. Brilliant, but we need to take it off the track again. Thank goodness those balloons actually affect them so that they go away more quickly than usual. Okay, ceramics not a problem, and we'll be able to get the big one for round 40. An update 47, I think it was, or 48. The default attack damage of the big one has been increased from 8 till 10, which is really nice. Or was it from 7 till 10? Well, it's been a while, and I should have used that a while ago. Base damage, that's what I should have said. The base damage of the big one has been increased, which is really nice. It makes these two Megapops runs very much more handy to perform. On a map like this, there's no risk in buffing Jones using a village, because in some way, shape or form, it's nice to be able to do so. I forgot about that. We should get a radar scanner to offshore this need for view in the field anymore. This was a map that when it was launched I thought was much harder than it actually is. People say this is one of the easier advanced maps in the entire game. We're going to go into Overclock first and then a Moab glue afterwards. And then after that we'll think about upgrading you to the biggest one. Though alchemizing the big one won't be bad either, and there's no risk putting the perishing potions on it as well because it's far away enough from the track where it's not going to be able to damage a single balloon, therefore it won't defortify or do bonus damage against lower class balloons, etc. Hopefully it does do enough damage now. Yes, it now does enough damage with a little bit of microing here and there. Please don't yellow balloon. Should be able to do this, but again, might need some microing. I hate it when that happens. That's much better. Just do a little bit of microing here and there rather than just being lazy like I was. And if I can actually click it, we'll get the overclock upgrade. And now we can leave this in the center here and we won't have to worry about a single Moab. But we're still going to worry about fortified Moabs. Might not be the best spot. We'll put our Moab glue up on this ramp here so that then it's able to target anywhere as long as it is in range and not blocked by line of sight blockers like this entire map. Right, for real this time, the next thing we're going to get is the biggest one. It's important to maintain that 100% uptime on the big one using overclock, because as soon as you get the ability back, it actually disappears from the tier 4 town which you put it down on. Right, fortified Moabs, this is where I'm not that happy with. Hopefully we have enough control here, and that looks like it's the case. Lovely. Don't need to worry about round 63. This thing has a huge amount of pierce. Third and final lot, usually the biggest lot, but it went down very nicely. Can we leave it here for fortified Moabs? Just about, as long as we have overclock and our strongest stimulant up and running. Just hope we have the money to get the biggest one while we're on round 79. We should be able to do so. We may have purpose yet cleansing foam. It's just so that we can help out the Moab glue when it comes to DDTs later on. We have a riskier path, but it has the better outcome is by using burning stuff, because then you can get much more damage out because of the tick damage that happens from the burning stuff. You can even risk just by leaving your cursor over here just because of the opposition we're up against. At the moment, no Moabs until we get to this one. The rest was just ceramic, so we could just leave the cursor up there and it just does all the work in which we need it to do so. Alright. That's round 74 completed. I think this is going to be a slightly risky round, but just because of how spaced out the BFBs are and the fact that we can't hit them all in one shell until we get to the very center here. Hopefully this works. Fortified ones and now the regular ones don't screw. Oh, that was really close. I must say, don't screw me over, please. Last slot here. They're all slowed down by the glue gunner. There we go. That should be it. Lovely. And this round is completely KO'd just like that. Right, just these BFBs to go up against as our final opposition before trying to get the biggest one. And we should be over the finish line. It's just the amount of targets here, but we could even be... Oh, nice. We got the biggest one now. Lovely. The only downside now is that when we apply overclock to this tower, it no longer has 100% uptime because this is now a tier 5 tower and not a tier 4 tower. And there goes the rest of the ceramics. Huge amount of PS on this tower. No need to worry about the round 78 or round 98 as well. It's not a big challenge. I think we can safely upgrade this to jungle drums now. Okay, ZUMG. Let's see what we can do against this thing. A big amount of damage, definitely, but do we have the damage output to deal with all of this? I hope so. Maybe even a relentless glue could be nice because it means it'll be an additional means of stunnage. Yeah, they're not going anywheres. Yeah, this is one of the best ceramic counters because not only does it do a big amount of damage to them, but if they do survive, then they are stunned in place. MIB and cool to arms. That will be enough when it comes to granting the biggest one with enough DPS in order to get us over the finish line. But what about everything else? If we place a cleansing foam off a track, it hopefully will not be able to decamo the leads on round 90 or round 95, but it will be able to decamoify the DETs because their hitbox section is bigger than a regular balloon. Quarter arms activated, and in certain cases you can perma-stun them, which is nice. Round 90. Okay, good. You are not decamify them, which is good because it's also a good indicator because we have leads on round 90, so that then we would have gotten damage using our overclock anyways if that was the case, which luckily it's not. Want you away from the MIB, but close enough to Jones, so that's pretty good. So this is going to be our round 100 help. And Jones is at level 20, which means double the damage from the mortar temporarily. Using the artillery command sequence. 94, just 3 ZMGs left to triumph over, which is not a problem whatsoever. And there we go. Okay, round 95. This shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. If we find if we're not stunning the DETs enough, then we'll initiate quarter arms. Here they come. Okay, quarter arms is needed. A good replacement for overclock while it's not active. Yeah, second one down as well, just in case one of them is not enough when it comes to handling with the bad. Well, we used everything because these fortified ZMGs are no joke. Hopefully they'll start downgrading soon, but we won't need to use the artillery command until round 100, so that's pretty good. Okay, please stun. There we go. Got enough attack speed to stun them. Thank you. I just like it when they are just completely still. Completely stunned, as you could say, by my performance. Right, we have 25k, no, 26k, no, 30k, and a dream. Okay, can we get through these DDTs? No! We need some additional damage. Right, let's combine both Relentless Glue and a Concussive Shells, and hopefully this will be it. I hope. I thoroughly hope so. Okay, that's good. Just need another one up here, and... yeah, that's sorted. Definitely sorted. Lovely. Okay, what about round 100? Do not worry, I have a plan. It's called using this entire center as a means of damaging but bad enough. Here we go, here we go. You're down there, and yeah, not even close. Okay, that's got 20k pops, not a problem whatsoever. And this is it, ladies and gentlemen. 2 Megapops with the biggest one on Dark Path. Okay, yeah, that's just final. 2,019,000 near 2020, let's just say that. So thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully this has been a great as a source of content. I do feel a bit down at the moment, and it's just something personal that's going on in my life at the moment when it comes to medical related stuff. Apparently I've got blurry vision at the moment. I've been back and forth to the opticians, and now it's time to go to my GP to get a blood test done and something like that. So nothing too major, but I've been having constant headaches for the past few months, and I think the blurry vision is connected to that in some way, shape or form. Also, Easter event is up and active. I may actually pursue some of these because I'm still missing some low-level beach handlers, but mainly mer monkeys. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Let me know what you thought of the video down in the comment sections below, and see you all in the next video. Definitely may not be daily uploads. Apologies for that in advance if you're watching this right now as of the time that I'm uploading this. I'm just not really feeling it at the moment, unfortunately. Not because I don't like making the content, but it's just the energy that goes into the content creation itself, and also the after stuff and the before stuff. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, everybody.